Greetings citizens and welcome to the verse. Today I will take you through getting back into space and setting up your spawn point after a reset. Links as always in the description. Leave a like, comment and subscribe to keep up to date on my controller mappings. Pause the video to take screenshots. Okay, let's get started. Make sure your ReWASD app is running and your controller is on. Select Star Citizen from your profiles. Now you can launch Star Citizen. Once loaded, select the Persistent Universe or PU for short. You will be taken to the character customization screen. Select your player. You can navigate through the menu to create your player. Though if you have a saved player, you can load it here. The character creation menu is very robust with many options. Remember, you can return here at any time to make changes. Before loading into the verse, you will be asked if you would like to play the tutorial. We will skip it for now as some players do experience some errors. Next, select your starting system. For now we have only two options. Stanton is geared more towards PvE, whilst Pyro is PvP. We will choose Stanton for now. You'll be asked to select your home location. I recommend Orison on Crusader as it is fairly central to a lot of the activities in the verse, and by far the easiest to navigate to get off-world. Select your server. At times you may need to server hop if you're encountering bugs and glitches. You can always return here. Finally, you'll be asked to confirm your settings. Remember, you won't be able to change your home location until the next reset. If you purchase anything from the pledge store or are awarded any gifts, you will need to return to your home location to collect them. At the moment, the game may take a while to load. This is being addressed and it'll be fixed soon. You will load into your apartment on Orison. Pushing on your controller's left stick and your player will stand. Your left stick to move. Right stick to look around. We can log into the local inventory here on Orison by tapping your right bumper. Anything you owned in the previous patch will now be here. If you have armor or weapons from the RSI website, I advise leaving it here. Unfortunately, on death within the verse, those items will be lost until the next reset. CIG are working on the insurance mechanics along with death of a spaceman, so for now we can gear up at Seraphim Station. Log out and let's make our way to the spaceport. Exit the room simply by tapping your right bumper. Your controller's back button will open your inventory, and using your sticks will rotate around your player. Holding your upper right paddle and tapping your menu key on your controller will turn the global chat on and off. Your Xbox button will open and close your Mobi glass. Use your mouse or controller to navigate the menu. Your contracts will vary depending on what system you are in. At the moment, the supply or die event is running. You will need to fly to Pyro to see those missions. You can use your mouse wheel or hold your upper left paddle and use up and down on your D-pad to zoom in and out of your map. In the Assets tab, you will be able to find any items you may have left behind at other places within the verse. You can easily access each area's local inventory to see what you have at that location. Tap your Xbox button to close your Mobi glass. Double tapping Y will change camera. Holding your upper left paddle, hold your left bumper. Together you can now use your controller's right stick to rotate around your player. This will put you in free look mode. You can do this whilst on your ship as well. Holding your controller's back button will wipe your visor. Pushing in your right stick will remove and replace your helmet. You will know when it's off as your map will change in the upper left corner and you will no longer see your HUDs. Pushing in your right stick to replace it. Double tapping left bumper will turn your torch on and off. Pressing A to jump. B to crouch and double B to go prone. Press B again to stand. Holding in your controller's left stick will have your player run. Tapping your right bumper will let you interact with items and panels in the verse. To operate the elevator, tap your right bumper while looking at the elevator panel, using your left trigger to zoom in, your right controller stick to navigate to the lobby. Tap the A button to confirm. Let's head around to the right and exit the apartment block.
That's the way it goes, I guess. Been a while. How have you been?
Before heading to the station, we will take a quick look at the TDD building. At times on some planets you may experience some lag. The game is yet to be fully optimized and CIG are still working on their Vulkan render engine. You can adjust your graphics in the menu at any time. The TDD building is where you can buy or sell your commodities. Most times you can sell them at the space stations or outposts within the verse. Though if you run salvage ships such as the Vulture, Fortune or the Reclaimer, you will need to come here to sell your RMC that you have scraped from hulls throughout the verse. Log into the terminal like normal with your right bumper. To log out of any terminal in the verse, simply push down on your left controller's stick to move away from the terminal. Let's now make our way to the platforms. You will find a lot of signage around the verse to help you navigate your way through the districts.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
On the platforms you will be able to find a map for each route the shuttles or trains take, if there is a certain area you need to get to. Make your way to the August Dunlow platform. If you miss your shuttle, don't worry, another will arrive shortly.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle
The
will be
first stop
departing.
will be the August Dunlow spaceport. This will be our stop.
Last
If you
call
miss
for
your stop,
passengers. The
just
shuttle
take a
is
seat
preparing
and
to
enjoy
depart.
the ride around Orison until your stop comes up again. If you are watching this after the release of patch 4.1, item recovery will have been added. Now when you die in the verse, you will respawn with the items you had on you at the time, including the weapon you had on you. Though any items in your backpack will be lost, you will need to return to your body to collect them before they are looted by other players in the verse. This system will be added to and modified over the coming months. For those who have armor or weapons from the pledge store can now use them without fear of them being lost until the next reset. If you didn't grab them at your apartment, just find a terminal and gear up before leaving Orison. There will be one in your hangar. We are arriving at the August Dunlow spaceport. As you can see, the transit system still needs some rework, with each monthly patch CIG at adding to and reworking the code. Both elevators and the transit system are getting updates throughout the year.
Please prepare to disembark.
Let's find the elevators and select the spaceport.
The next shuttle is approaching the station. Last call for
The
passengers.
elevators act as loading screens. Just be sure the area has loaded before leaving the elevator. If it hasn't, let the doors close, then reopen them again, and the level should have loaded for you. Make your way around through customs. Before heading to the hangars, we will take a quick look at the ship rentals. You will find ship rentals at all the major spaceports throughout the verse and also at the space stations at the cargo center. If the ship you're after isn't here, you will need to check at one of the other spaceports or whilst on a space station. Ground vehicles can be rented here as well, though you will need to land on a planet and retrieve your vehicle from the garage. Let's log out and keep making our way.
Welcome to the store.
Your player's thirst and hunger meters are on the lower left of your screen. Simply tapping your right bumper and your player will grab whatever it is you have highlighted, and pulling your right trigger will use the item in your hand. Just be sure to hold your right stick in to remove your helmet first.
Crusader Discovery Tours is the best way to experience all Orison has to offer.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay, let's deliver our ship. Before retrieving our ship, let's open the Vehicles tab through our Mobi glass. Tap the Xbox button and find the tab. Select our delivered ship from the menu. If you have any paints, they will appear in your Liveries tab. Select the one you like, and save changes. Your paints will always be at your home location, so you will need to return to claim new paints or to apply a different paint. In this tab you can also change out your ship's components, though you will need to enter this menu at the place of purchase, and install them before leaving the area. It's time to find our hangar. Access the elevator like normal with your right bumper. Log into the elevator again by holding your right bumper, and navigate down to your hangar using your stick. Press A once you have found it. If you do not see your hangar, simply open the doors and log into the ASOP terminal and retrieve your ship. Then return to the elevator. If your hangar appeared in the elevator, you can retrieve your ship here, using the ASOP terminal.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
You will need to wait for your ship to be raised on the hangar platform. Before entering our ship, I will show you how to draw your weapons and consumables. Left on your D-pad will draw your primary weapon once you have it equipped. Up on your D-pad for your med pen. Pulling right trigger to use. Holding X to stow. Right on your D-pad for melee combat. Left and right triggers to punch. While holding both triggers at the same time will cause your player to block. Again, holding X to return to normal. Tapping your menu button on your controller for the game's main menu. Here you can turn your ship's labels on and off. Spend the time to adjust the game's settings. As you can see, there is a lot of options for how you want to play the game and customize your settings. Some you may need to adjust while in your pilot seat, while others may need to be adjusted when in first-person combat with weapons. Let's board our ship by tapping the right bumper. And make our way through to the cockpit. I have created one main flight layer, and another for those who do hauling, mining, or salvage in the verse. I have also created a combat layer for those players who prefer more aggressive tactics. Tap your right bumper to enter the pilot's seat. Your controller will automatically switch to the main flight layer. Power up your ship by pressing left on the D-pad. Up on the D-pad for thrusters, right for shields. Holding your upper right paddle will access the combat layer. With the upper right paddle held, press up on your D-pad to increase power to thrusters. Left for weapons, right for shields, down to reset. Double tapping Y like normal to change camera. Right bumper or double tapping Y again to return to cockpit view. Double tap your left bumper for your ship's external lights. Double tap Y to switch camera. Tapping your lower left paddle will enable VTOL mode. Only if your ship is equipped with VTOL engines. Holding your upper right paddle, pressing in your right stick will open all doors. Refer to my tractor tutorial to see how this can work with a remote turret. Press in right stick again to close. Still holding your upper left paddle, tap your B button to exit your seat at any time. Enter again by tapping your right bumper. Holding your right bumper will allow you to interact with your MFDs. Left trigger to zoom in, A to select. Tapping your controller's menu button to bring up your options. In graphics, you can adjust your FOV slider to better suit your play style. Holding B will send out a ping. And tapping B will turn your coupled mode on and off. You will know when it's on as it will appear in your HUD. Right trigger to fire Group 1 weapons. Left for Group 2. Upper right paddle and right trigger to switch to missiles. Holding upper right paddle and tapping lower right will increase the number of armed missiles. Upper right paddle and pushing in your right stick will reset the number of missiles. Upper right paddle and pulling left trigger will switch back to guns. Upper right paddle and lower left paddle will switch your gun's gimbals to either fixed or manual. Upper right paddle and tapping X will fire countermeasures. Upper left paddle and your Xbox button will open your star map. Use your mouse wheel to zoom out. This is the Stanton system. You can tap your Xbox button to close the star map. Holding your upper left paddle and tapping your menu button will place you into scanning mode. Still holding your upper left paddle, use up and down on your D-pad to increase or decrease your scanning range. Tapping the menu button again with left paddle will return to normal flight mode. Okay, this is called Star Citizen and we are still sitting in our hangar. We'll get going. Push in your right stick on your controller to request departure. Holding your left bumper and pushing on your controller's left stick will strafe in that direction.
Launch complete.
Without your bumper, your controller's stick will thrust you forward and backwards. Left and right will turn in that direction. Right stick for pitch and roll. Pressing X will raise or lower your landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Upper left paddle along with your right bumper will look behind. Upper left paddle along with your Xbox button to go straight to your star map. Select Seraphim Station orbiting Crusader. And set route. Tap your Xbox button to close the star map. We'll find our quantum marker and line up our ship. We will need to break Atmo. Holding in your controller's left stick will fire your afterburners. Depending on your ship, it may take a moment to reach the edge of space. Tapping your lower right paddle will spool your quantum drive. Once you're in range, it will automatically calibrate. Holding your lower right paddle and we will make the quantum jump.
Quantum drive is now off.
Tapping your lower right paddle to disable your quantum drive. Hold B to send out a ping. And there it is. Seraphim Station orbiting Crusader. fire your afterburners anytime to fly in closer. Send out as many pings as you need by holding the B button to line up the station. Sometimes you may arrive when the station is on the dark side of the planet. The hangars are between the two central rings. You may need to strafe up or down as you approach. Simply hold your left bumper and use up or down with your controller's left stick. White markers are other players' ships. Holding your upper right paddle and tapping your right bumper will let you cycle through nearby targets. Though we cannot fire upon other players here as we are in an armistice zone. We can control our ship's speed by holding A to decrease our speed limiter or holding Y to increase it again. Pulling both your triggers together will engage your space brakes. Tapping your back button will turn on cruise control. Be sure coupled mode is on by tapping the B button and checking on your HUD. Tap it again to turn it off. At times, depending on the server, the stations may be somewhat busy. Take care as you approach. Pushing in your right stick again to call ATC and request landing. Find your marker for your hangar. Tap your X button to lower your landing gear. Your ship will automatically decrease in speed once your gear is down. You can disable this feature in your menus. Holding in your left stick to fire your afterburners for a quick boost. Tapping lower left paddle will rotate your VTOL engines. Holding both lower left and right paddles will initiate automatic landing, though sometimes this may not always engage correctly. Once landed, we will turn off the ship with left on our D-pad. Let's open the Mobi glass with the Xbox button. Choose landing in the menu. Here we can repair, restock, and refuel. If the tips appear unexpectedly, just select vehicles, then select landing again to ensure your ship has been serviced. Exit the seat like normal by holding upper left paddle and tapping B. Let's head out and find the ASOP terminal. Log in with our right bumper and store our ship.
Retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Find the elevator and ride it to the hangar lobby. Zoom into the panel if needed by pulling your left trigger. Exit the area and turn to the right. We are looking for the clinic. Every station in the verse will have a clinic to heal your player.
Forget that stress. Just relax.
Turn to the left and approach the regeneration terminals. Log in. You will want to set your imprint to this location. Now whenever you log into the verse, you will start here at Seraphim Station,
Ready to take
skipping the train ride and leaving the planet Crusader. Next, find the patient login terminals. We are in room 6.
What better way to celebrate than with a frosty hydrofrost from
You can log in at any time to replenish your thirst and hunger meters, or anytime you have major accidents out in the verse. When you die, your imprint will spawn here. You can log into the terminal and collect a basic helmet and flight suit to continue.
Lab 2 is off limits to all staff until further notice. No one go into Lab 2.
Alternately, you can buy food and drinks from one of the many vendors in the verse.
Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
Just remove your helmet by pushing in your right stick. With the item highlighted, tap your right bumper to grab. Pull your right trigger to use.
Hi, thanks for coming in.
Holding your upper left paddle, look at the counter. Tap left on your D-pad to place your empty bottle. I will leave you here for now, citizen. Feel free to explore the station. You can follow another one of my tutorials where I show you how to gear up. Navigate from Seraphim Station to Pyro and complete our first cargo mission. Take care, citizen. Thanks for watching. See you in the verse.